Yeah, food deserts is a term you hear a lot, but I prefer the term food environments because desert brings to mind an image of having no food whatsoever uh, versus an area that has affordable, nutritious food. And the reality is much more complicated. It's much more nuanced. So I use the term food environments, which allows us to explore, just how much affordable, nutritious food is available in an area. And one of the things we wanted to find out was just how is affordable, nutritious food distributed? Are there inequalities? Do some people have better access to these foods than others?
We wanted to apply emerging geospatial technologies to give the Lansing urban area a sort of nutritional CAT scan to see where these disparities were geographically.
We can use that information to try and address those disparities.
So this is our study area. It's about 160 square miles, about 16 miles east to west and about 10 miles north to south. There's about 291,000 people who live in this study area. So what we wanted to show is that a lot of the produce accessibility does not serve our most densely populated areas. So we modeled accessibility for both pedestrians and for drivers. The census estimates about 10 to 20% of households in this area don't have access to an automobile. So that translates to about 30 to 40,000 individuals. Here is automobile accessibility in the study area. So this allows us to find out who lives in these areas of good or bad produce access. You can see that East Lansing and Okemos have a more robust automobile food environment than areas of southwest or northwest Lansing that have particularly poor food environments. The pedestrian produce environment is much patchier, so this is the same legend, and you can see a vast majority of the study area has 0 or less than 40 produce items within a 10-minute walk.
But one of the motivations of looking at where where food retailers are located is to help efforts to create new farmers markets. Where are there areas where there are a lot of people that don't have access to affordable, nutritious produce? Having maps to show what retail food environments look like is a great outreach tool. It's a lot easier for people to see what's going on in their community than it is to try and describe it mathematically. Everybody, when they see a map of a nutritional environment, the first thing they do is look for their neighborhood and see how their neighborhood stacks up with other neighborhoods. And so, for instance, in Lansing, a lot of people see their neighborhood and say, oh, I don't have very good access. And then they really identify the problem. It hits home, so to speak. The problem of poor food access is definitely not something that's specific to Lansing, and in fact it's something that's recurring all over the nation. In their studies in almost every major city at some level addressing this problem. Our methodology could be implemented in other cities as a way to say, here are some problem areas where for fresh produce or other healthy items just simply aren't available, and here are some areas where they are available readily. So as simply as a diagnostic of a food environment, that's the solution we wanted to offer when we started this project.